Hey there everybody, thanks for all the engagement. Focusing this video on something that I'm working on called Titanic Entrepreneurs. It's the idea that you can learn from the mistakes of others, and the idea here is if I take Aesop's fables and kind of break it down and be a little bit more focused from a niche perspective on those fables and how they can apply to, let's say, an entrepreneur, someone that's self-employed. So the first one that comes to mind here in this concept is the tortoise and the hare. Very, very common. People are very familiar with the slow and steady wins the race. And how does that apply to an entrepreneur? Because there's a need to be able to have a lot of urgency when you first start out to be able to make sure that you can get things off the ground. However, it's recognizing that if I'm the tortoise, I need to put in deliberate action day after day, week after week, month after month, then year after year, and know that it's not going to happen overnight. Oftentimes people, they hear about people's success and they think it happened literally overnight. If anyone had the opportunity to read Shoe Dog by Phil Knight or Buck Knight, the founder of Nike, you realize it really wasn't until about year 12 that things really started getting going. If anyone had the opportunity to read Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, it was the same thing for him. It was years before Walmart really started running and actually had to take out loans in order to make payroll, had just 2 stores for the longest time for many years, and then all of a sudden it just started exploding. And so there's this kind of concept where you're putting in a lot of time and a lot of effort before things really start hitting that fruition of success. And so as an entrepreneur, what you want to be able to focus in on then is, what do you need to do now in order to get your business off the ground? What commitment from a time perspective are you willing to put in, right? Are you willing to put in 5, 10 years, not getting a new car, not getting a new house, not getting new stuff, right? Throwing it all back into the business to be able to see it succeed. So many people get a little bit of success, and the next thing you know, they're living like they're high on the hog, like those commission checks are going to keep coming through, and they find themselves out of business because they lived themselves and bought themselves out of that business. And so you want to be able to make sure that you delay your gratification as you start your build. And so it might be 5, it might be 10 years. It just depends on how big you want to build this thing. And knowing that even once you reach a level of success from a monetary standpoint, it might not be where you want it to go. And so it's all about legacy, right? It's how you want that business to exist when you're no longer there. And that becomes a much different conversation when you think about business succession and you haven't even gotten this baby off the ground yet. So if I think about where I'm at from a career perspective, it's 12 years in the business. Still got a long way to go. And ultimately what I want to be able to do when I walk away is literally pass it on to an entire team that's managing it, and not just myself and a few other producers and a couple staff members. We want it to be massive. We want to be serving over 37,000 clients and helping them with their financial needs and really making an impact on financial literacy and financial wellness in the workplace. We want to be the go-to provider for financial wellness when it comes to the engagement that we have and the impact that we have. So that's what we're looking to build. And so from a standpoint of getting other people on, it's explained to them that vision of what we're doing and where we're going. And some people are going to be technicians, other people are going to be visionaries, other people are going to be leaders. And so it's, again, reiterating that vision to them and knowing what we want at the end. And so hopefully as you think about what you're trying to build, you can figure out for your own business what that looks like, what that long game looks like in order for you to get what you want and really be that tortoise and focus on the long game and have that perseverance, that delayed gratification to get what you want most. Best of luck to everybody. Sherman out.